Welcome. I'm the TarotTactician. Reachable only at TheTarotTactician@hotmail.com, and I do not initiate contact. As with everything, exercise your own judgment, utilize your own discernment. In my world, clear your karmic energy or leave with it. We've got a King of Wands and a Star going through some turmoil here. Well, the Star's going through a transformation. We had the Star, the Tower, and now the Emperor coming through. King of Wands remains steady on the right. So let's see. I'm hearing get back to your roots. This is, I won't say repeat offender, but this is an individual who has not been following through with their own spiritual practice in the way that they have been guided or directed to. Queen of Wands. And there's a timeout occurring. Not taking that one. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. There's something about the emotions to be tempered as well. There's a lack of patience. Six of Cups. There's a familiarity here. What's going on? This frequency is unusual. There is an urgency to it, like someone is rushing to complete something. Ten of Wands. And they're being called to temper their emotional bearing on their decisions. There's something very hasty about this energy. This could be coming from a place of wounding, emotional wounding. No, it's not too late. This is someone that gets tied up with the concept of surface level time, 3D environment time. And it's like a panic sets in, and decisions are made given this panic. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Six of Wands. Four of Swords. And Temperance. There's like a fire and water element fight that's happening. Judgment. Things are being brought back into balance, but it has to experience this upheaval. The Moon, because this was below the surface. This was just waiting to come out. It had to surface. What's going on in your dreamscapes these days? This is someone who has vivid dreams, but they've not been tapping into those dreams as often as they usually do. There's been a fade. there's an intensity at the same time there's a fade. It's like fewer dreams are being recalled, but the ones that are quite erratic. Two of Swords, one more. Show me what's to come of this. Because right now we are in the upheaval stages, so things are quite unclear. There's no reliable sense of direction. Five of Swords. On the horizontal, though. Give me one more with that. It's like someone's feeling like they went too far with something. Now there was... It's interesting because things were still... I want to say by professional standards, still quite professional, but... there was a destruction. It was the earth breaking when this thing surfaced. Because there was pressure building beneath, but I'm not seeing why the pressure was building to begin with. It said at the beginning there's some emotional wounding, but what's causing it to come up now? King of Pentacles. Too soon to say certain things. 1 second. Stand by here. Got more coming through. There's a chance for stability, but it required quite a bit of work. And it seems like that work was not the path taken. But this is somebody who works, so why was that turned away? Five of Wands. That's below the... we're not taking that on the board. It's something to keep in mind. Conflict. There was a clash. Six of Swords. What I'm seeing is a tectonic plate shift and two plates clashing, which is how mountainous ranges are formed. This situation caused a high peak to occur, but it's not giving direction that that peak must be climbed. It's just stating that it was necessity that this peak was formed. Not necessarily as a barrier, but what is this? It's a change of view. A change of perspective. Also a change of pace. There's something about this situation, again with the rushing. There's like a feeling of an urgency, and someone got carried away with that. Because there were emotions tied to this investment in rushing things. This is like someone who would rather experience disappointment right away than take the chance in investing wholeheartedly, knowing that there's a chance that they could see upheaval later down the road. So the emotional wounding is coming through as someone who feels like they've been played again and again and again. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. They've gotten so tired of being played that now it's almost like they're in a cycle of self-sabotage, but this situation was not necessarily self-sabotage. This was just a mirror to show you what stage of healing that you are at. This is not meant to be punitive. This was an event that was meant to unfold for you to take a breather and really evaluate what position you are in and what position you wish to take moving forward. This was to give you an elevation map. That's what's coming through now. Maps and compasses are very important right now. The symbolism is coming through rampantly. Okay, so let's just for a moment here. Nine of Swords and the Empress below the Seven of Wands. I'll entertain this for a second. Let me ask this question. If this decision was not made the way it was, what would have occurred? Four of Pentacles, holding on too tightly. The release had to occur. This was inevitable. And again, not punitive. This is happening for you, not to you. That Thief. This is someone who has thievery energy drawn to them, coming around them often. That's not saying this situation, you were in a match with a thief. That's not what's happening here. This is separate. A separate note is that this frequency, you attract a lot of thieves. You're smarter and you're able to weed them out quite quickly, but perhaps too hastily in certain situations. As in too hasty to define a situation as being that of a pattern following a thief's pattern. And this is not being said to make you feel badly about any decisions you made in this scenario, because this played out exactly as it needed to. Stay cool, stay calm. We'll get one from the angels. 1441 on the timer. There's a mirroring happening. We've got two. Leadership. It's time for you stand by. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. I leave this with you. We will check back in again. Be at peace.